Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here, the Inner Gamer, still here at Braindead Brew, enjoying some fine brews.
Fine brews.
And some video games.
Video games.
And all kinds of fun and fanfare. Before we continue, I want to take a quick moment. We need to blast this out for you guys, for anybody who is here in the Dallas area, here at Braindead Brew. Guess what? Bethesda is here, and they need playtesters. So if you're here in the Dallas area, or really if you just want to work for Bethesda at all, which I think would be pretty cool,
Levi.
personally, you need to head over playtest.bethesda.com. Head over to that website. Check them out. You can be a playtester. They're looking for them. They need them. And Bethesda makes great games. And I want you to playtest for them so they can continue to make great games.
All right.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Okay,
Everyone knows they sit on the high fucking hill.
Yeah, they haven't fucked it yet.
Not yet, anyways.
Not
All right.
yet.
So we're still here. We're still enjoying. Charlie, well, first off, we're also joined by our good friend and also podcast friend from Nerd Sloth, Joe.
Hey, everybody.
Joe, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
You been having good time so far?
Yeah, good time so far. Good beer so far.
I
wish
noticed you don't have a beer.
Well, you have two, so I figure we could share.
That's cute.
As a friend, as your guest, I think it's my honor to share your beer.
You son of a bitch.
You can have some. You can have some of Austin's.
That's
How
all
about
right.
that?
Yes, you
Since
can,
he's
you
not
can
here right
share
now.
a
Thank you for
beer.
speaking for
We're going to have
Austin,
the other co-host, Austin, here in just a sec. He's going to join us any moment.
Speaking of the devil, and he
look
shall
who
appear.
decided to join us.
Oh, wow.
Look who decided to join us.
Hey guys, it's loud in here. I can barely hear y'all.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's okay.
That's a good
Yell
one.
across the room.
It's okay. So we're here with Joe. Thanks for joining us. It's okay.
Yeah,
you
man.
can share your beer with me if you are so.
Which one do you want
guys.
to share more?
This has never happened before. All of us-
Cheers with one my beer.
All of that. right there. Okay.
So we are here at Braindead Brew. We are enjoying
Travis right there.
You're gonna pop in this
son
way.
of a bitch. We are enjoying a Nintendo 64 Mario Kart tournament, which is going to kick off here in literally 10 minutes.
10 minutes, the gauntlet shall be thrown.
It shall be thrown and hopefully caught.
We will force you to watch us for 28 extra minutes. So sorry.
But in lieu of this being Mario Kart 64, it's probably one of the most popular Nintendo franchises, just ever.
Yeah. It's definitely one of them that's still going.
Quick question. How many people have ruined friendships thanks to Mario Kart 64?
Just you.
Probably.
Not just friendships, but relationships with women.
Dang.
They expect you to let them win, and then you say, "I'm sorry, but this is one good thing that I do in life," and you can't have that. It's not that severe.
I
but
actually have a
it's happening.
distinct memory of Thanksgiving dinner. My family, it was like you ate turkey, you watched football, and then you played Mario Kart. Like, that was what our family did.
Wow.
Nice.
And you whoop some ass.
I kicked the shit out of my uncle.
We don't speak anymore.
We're not on speaking terms. Anyways, so with that being the case, let's actually reflect a little bit on the Nintendo 64. It was probably one of the most popular Nintendo consoles in Nintendo's history.
Oh yeah.
A lot of games came out on it. Let's talk about those favorite games. In fact, let's pick our top three Nintendo 64 games. We
Have y'all
gave
looked
ourselves
at
a
this
little
list?
bit of a cheat sheet.
Like
The
this,
large list. It's this right here. All of that.
This is a moderately sized list.
Ignore the list because that's not your personal top three.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Look at it. Look at it.
Think about what your favorite three are
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Ignore the list. If somebody says Mario,
All
I'm
of
leaving.
them.
I'm stepping away. because it's too simple. It's too easy of an answer.
It's no,
Super Mario
no.
64.
Joe only wants hipster answers.
I need
you go
I need
first.
indie 64 game. No, I don't know.
You go first.
Was there a big
I'm not-
indie
I'm
market
not-
for the 64?
Yeah, absolutely not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I want to know the standard.
No.
Joe said it.
No.
Don't make me
We're
go
doing
first.
this. We're doing this now.
As a
Okay.
guest, I decline. Someone else go first.
Well, isn't that sweet?
No. Okay. So what we're gonna do? top 3 Nintendo 64 games. We're gonna go. We'll start down there with you, Austin. We'll start with our number 3 and work our way to number 1. What is your number 3?
But before number 1,
Yeah.
do 2 honorable mentions.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll give 3 to some honorable mentions.
Number 3, number 2, 2 honorable mentions,
Yes.
and then number 1 as
Yes.
a lead up.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm gonna do all 3 right now.
No.
Okay.
We're gonna go.
Let's start with the honorable mentions. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Honorable mention.
Honorable
all right,
mentions.
all right.
Pokemon Snap, Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Those are your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Why? Those are 2 very different games.
I love Pokemon. I played Snap multiple times, and then Shadows of the Empire is one of those games I got. I forgot when, but I got it and I just played that like constantly, almost for like a year. I love that.
Yeah.
But it was
love that
only
game.
worth your honorable mention.
So what's up?
It was only worth your honorable mention.
No, it's worth my top 3, but there's so many good games. I just couldn't fit it in there.
I don't think he gets it. I don't think he gets it.
He doesn't understand the
He
ranking
doesn't understand the question.
Clearly.
It's okay.
He doesn't know how to use the
It's all right.
seashells.
It's all right. All right, Charlie. Your honorable mentions, please.
Honorable mentions, I'm going to go ahead and begin with Conker's Bad Fur Day. Because
Man.
Conker's Bad Fur Day
Epic.
was the first video game parody that I played that really introduced me to some really zany humor. I mean, you're a squirrel that walks around these really fantastical and disgusting landscapes, some horrorscapes. I mean, there's that scene where you have to get drunk and piss on a fire demon.
It was really awkward how that happened.
Yeah.
As a child playing that game.
A little bit. But it was just one of my favorite games ever. I've replayed it on the Xbox many times. As a second honorable mention, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, okay.
Man,
Nice.
classic.
Yeah, it's
classic
great.
game.
It's just a top-notch platformer that continues to be a very, very playable game.
Nice.
Even if you pick it up on the N64, it's just awesome.
I still hear Kazooie's voice in my head. I see that right there. You nailed it. Nailed it.
That's it. Hi, Joe.
So
Hey,
before we go on, if you're in chat, put your top 3 N64 games down, and then we'll read them when we're done here.
Wow.
And it begins.
They're kicking off the tournament. That's all right. They're having a good time. People can still hear us.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
we're fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
So, Joe, your top
right.
3.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Sorry, honorable mentions.
Blast Core, if you remember that.
You are the only other
Blast
person
Core.
I know who knows that game.
Yeah, yay! The idea of that game is like there's a nuclear bomb being shipped across like wherever on the back of a truck, and your job is to blow up all the stuff around it, all the obstacles around it, so that it doesn't touch anything. It's so simple. of an idea.
It's so weirdly macabre because it's like there's a nuclear warhead on the back of a semi.
Right.
Why on a semi? I don't know.
Have you seen Broken Arrow? I think that was actually on a train.
Pretty sure that was on something else.
I think it was on a train.
Probably.
Broken Arrow.
Point being, though, was that for whatever reason the semi guy can't turn. He can't turn the wheel.
Can't avoid things.
He didn't get a CCL.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't. So you can only go in a straight line.
So your job as whatever vehicle you're in is to destroy buildings and everything in his way.
Whatever's in the path of the nuclear warhead.
Right. To avoid nuclear warfare.
To avoid collateral damage. Destroy the city.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah. It's like a controlled burn.
So that's honorable mention number 1. Number 2 is Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing!
Which is superior to Mario Kart because it's like you have karts, you have airplanes, you have boats,
Yeah.
and so many minigames. Okay, you're at some point you're even this guy's so loud. You're even like racing bosses, like not like other karts, but you're racing like actual big bosses.
Correct.
Bosses.
And that's the only time you get to do that in a racing game, to my knowledge. So it deserves honorable mention.
I don't think of any other video game that's just been like, go ahead and race King Cobra.
Yeah, exactly.
The show. The show.
All right. Very good talk. Okay. All right. My honorable mention number 1. I'm going to sound a little bit like a bro, but NFL Blitz.
Oh,
hell yeah!
Yeah, man.
The fact that you could tackle the kicker and like suplex somebody.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I mean, yeah, it showed us that sports games have a good future. A good future.
It was the sports game that like people who don't like sports games liked to play.
That's kind of like the Mutant League games for Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Yeah. Except even more over the top.
Even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So my other honorable mention is going to be Super Smash Bros.
Honorable, really.
Honorable mention.
Honorable, yeah.
Super Smash Brothers.
Nice.
It was a great fighting game. Still is.
Yeah, it started it all.
I will be honest, I'm a fan of the later iterations of Smash Brothers, but
Brawl,
Hell yeah.
Melee, which one?
Melee.
Okay.
Every time it's Melee, man. I love it. So those are my two honorable mentions. Now, we've done that. Let's get into the meat of this.
And again, in the chat, give us your top 3.
Give us your top 3. Comments below.
Comments below.
Austin, number 3.
Star Fox 64.
All right.
By
Yes.
far, that universe, the cheesiness that they created in that game is just unlike anything I ever played before at that time.
Right.
And then, I mean, it's a Star Fox. This is a classic.
Every time I play like a flight type game where I'm in combat with somebody else, I imagine Star Fox 64 because they had that one button where you do a backflip and turn around. And I wish every flight game had that because
Every single one.
I have no control over my plane, no matter what game I'm playing. So I wish I had that.
It was also
in
just
every
cool
game.
and cinematic. It was just cool to
Yes.
watch your plane fly out and then turn back in. And you were just like, oh, you're flying into the danger zone.
And you know, the lines from Star Fox that we have to this day, you know, do a barrel roll.
Yeah, of course.
Say it all the time. I say it all the time.
Yeah,
I didn't coming into me from
Even
the
when
rear.
it doesn't apply, it just
Exactly.
says it.
Do a
All
barrel
right,
roll.
Charlie, number 3.
Number 3 is gonna have to be GoldenEye.
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
So good.
The only thing you need on multiplayer is going up and go to the bathroom, go up to the vent, and hide. That's
Yeah,
it.
you can do that, or you can be an asshole and choose Odd Job.
How
yeah.
dare you? How dare you
Oh,
choose
you're an
Odd
Odd
Job?
Job. Oh, I was
no,
gonna say, yeah.
no, absolutely not. Odd Job could literally hide behind ammo carts. So when you like need to replenish bullets, you're like, oh, good, an ammo cart.
Small person.
It's like those stupid
dare you.
realistic hitboxes, man. Because he was just this tiny guy, he'd run around like a little dwarf and avoid everything.
Yeah, man.
Bullshit.
It was just a hell of a game, you know, and it stays current with, there's a bunch of speedrunners that still play GoldenEye. There's still some competitive people. Hi there. And it just, like, as a kid, I enjoyed getting my ass kicked in
It's like
GoldenEye.
it was like the first multiplayer game ever.
Yeah. I tried playing it on the N64 recently, and just like the way it plays,
You don't do well.
I couldn't deal
You
with
don't do well.
it. I
would be
could not deal
terrible.
with it. My hands are used to these modern controllers.
You can't go back. Can't go
We've
back.
been spoiled.
Why is it so quiet in here now?
Joe,
My number
deal?
3. Okay, so everybody who knows me knows I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. But
Yeah.
the reason the reason I'm choosing this next game. Okay, I'll just say what it is. So the next game is WCW versus NWO World Tour, and the reason I choose that is because this was kind of my introduction to wrestling. Like I had maybe seen it like every once in a while as a kid, but I wasn't a big fan until I played that game.
Yeah.
And that opened me up to a ton of new characters that I never knew about. And the reason I said Spider-Man is because Rey Mysterio Jr. had a Spider-Man outfit
Yep.
you could wear in that game,
and he
I
would
was like,
flip all around
Exactly.
that
And I was-
stage and arena.
and I was like, who the hell is this? Like, this guy's awesome. This made me it made me watch wrestling. B it had the whole Spider-Man thing going on, so I was attached to it. And
Right.
see, it was just a fun game. Like, I love the grabs where you're just like,
I gotta be honest though. You say Spider-Man and wrestling, and I think Bonesaw is ready.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Macho Man.
You know what I'm talking
You know-
about.
Yeah.
They got you for 3 minutes.
3 minutes of playtime.
All right. Yeah. So I feel weird even saying it. My number 3 is actually going to be Kirby 64.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
sure.
Man, I loved like Kirby on the Nintendo, Kirby on the Super Nintendo, then on like the Game Boy. Played it on my Game Boy Color. Kirby has always had a soft spot in my heart. Not in Super Smash Brothers, he sucks there.
But
Try telling that to Meg.
man, I know
She will
she will
be mad.
up and smack me in the mouth. But Crystal Shards was like one of those like way back in the day. Like I have such a nostalgia. Reason being, I got super sick for school for like 3 weeks, and I just needed something to play while I was at home. And Kirby 64,
That'll do
Crystal Shards was my game to play, and I just had this vivid memory of just trying to suck down chicken noodle soup and then gathering up crystal shards.
Sucking on all fronts.
Just sucking on all fronts. All right, Austin, numero dos.
Super Mario 64.
No, I'm out.
He's out. Let him go. Let him go.
He said not to mention that one, but he did
I
it.
did it.
He did it.
Well, I mean, it's Super Mario 64. If you played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And even
Yeah.
to this day, I still have that music stuck in my head.
Bum,
From
bum,
many of those-
bum, ba-da-da-da. Bop, 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 ba-da-da-da.
Was it just me?
I assume he knows it.
When we were playing Mario Kart 64,
Yeah.
when you go by the castle, did anyone ever I was like, I want to get out and go in there.
Yeah,
Sure.
Was it like a secret
Absolutely.
level or something?
no, like
mean,
that
that
was
wasn't,
it
but-
was the iconic. It was the iconic game that came with it, you know?
Right.
Like, that was... I remember my dad buying the 64 for the first time when, you could not find one at all in Texas.
Wow.
And he managed to go into a Dillard's, of all places, and comes out with this giant sack, and I'm like, oh my God! He found one! So,
That's how Devan talked
yeah,
as a young
64.
boy.
Yeah.
that's how I talk.
That's how he talked.
Damn it. That's how I sounded. Charlie, numero dos.
Donkey Kong 64.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
The leader of the bunch. You know him well. I'm not going to do the same song. The whole thing, because it's long.
Who was the one who sang Funky Kong or something?
Yeah, it's
Or-
Funky Kong.
Yeah.
Funky Kong. Because it wasn't Cranky Kong.
No,
It was
he's
not
the old
Cranky
one.
He's too old
Kong,
for that
Right,
shit.
right.
He's way too old for that
But
shit.
it was just a really great platformer, you know? I mean, Monkey got to find his bananas, man. Got to get those bananas, because they're gone.
You ever feel like he went to that cave where he's supposed to be hoarding all the bananas, and he just looks at the camera like, he looks at you like, what did you do with my bananas? And
mean,
you're like, I'm
technically-
trying to help you.
Technically, if we wouldn't have started the game, he would have been in a perpetual state in which the bananas had stayed there. Yet would he have found adventure?
You're talking like Schrodinger's Donkey Kong.
Schrodinger's Kong. Sounds weird.
That sounds dirty for some
Yeah,
reason.
how do you?
Dirty for some reason.
Okay, yeah. My number two is going to be actually... It was between Shadows of the Empire and this one, but you said Shadows already, so I'm going to say Rogue Squadron. Because
Nice. Nice.
not because of the base game, but because you could unlock all these different ships and do levels as these other ships. And that was what was so appealing to me. Like, I could be a TIE interceptor, which was, since I didn't ever play like the original TIE fighter and X-Wing on the PC, this was my first time getting to be inside of a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was just fucking
This is
excited.
people's first time to play like a Star Wars, like
a
TIE fighter,
vehicular
a
game.
vehicular
Did they-
game from
did
Star
they get
Wars.
the sound of the TIE fighter right? I can't remember that star scream.
I don't know if you're ever going fast enough to where it would have mattered, but maybe. I don't remember.
Because now, unfortunately, to get that experience, you have to play Battlefront 2.
Nah. Hey, I like Battlefront 2, so hey.
I like it too. I'm
Okay.
guilty. Guilty as charged.
So yeah, that's
Guilty as charged.
they had some real good Star Wars games for 64, except for pod racing. But
Out, man.
I did enjoy it at the time, so it's like. But that was my
love
favorite Star Wars game, and good for my number two. Yeah.
Bomberman 64 for number 2.
Yeah.
All right.
I love I had played Bomberman originally, back in the day when it was just, try to do geometry and figure out if you're standing in a safe spot for the Bomberman stuff. But when you got to break out of that and you got to go 3D, and Bomberman got to grow bombs in his hand and throw them, and you got to visit all these other cool levels. And
Wasn't that the one where you could unlock like different costumes for Bomberman?
Yes!
Too? Yeah.
Yes, Bomberman got to wear other cool shit. So, I felt weird playing it for my first time because I felt like I was listening to Aladdin's A Whole New World in mind. I can show you the world. Blow it up with a bomb.
Is that how Aladdin
It
went?
was really happening.
Because that would have been very stereotypical.
Oh,
and racist.
man.
Oh, we have gone. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Did I just open up Pandora's box?
Oh,
I am sorry.
no. All right. Well, thanks for ruining my pick, Charlie.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
Devin. I'm sorry.
Wow.
All right. So we've given all of our number twos. We've given all of our honorable mentions. It is time for the primo, the number one, your number one choice for
Oh no, not you.
Nintendo
Not you.
64
Number
games. What is it? Austin Morales,
Yes.
your Nintendo 64 number one game.
For those who follow us on the internet over at thengamer.net, I wrote an article about
Or in real life.
a game that reminded me of one of my favorite games of all time, and that would be The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
By far my most favorite N64 game. I mean, back then I wish they actually had like a timer of like counting how many hours I put into that game.
You don't want to know.
Count,
I know.
countless.
Do not want to know.
Countless.
I mean,
The timer just goes to entire childhood. That's what it was.
It says all of nostalgia.
Formative years.
Puberty.
Formative years.
so yeah, just the cuteness of that game and the moments and the people you get to meet and those experiences, and then becoming a man and then having to fight Ganon, which is a huge dick.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
huge dick.
Oh.
And he became more of a
What
dick
an
when he
asshole.
became this giant beast of behemoth thing, and it's just like,
But what an epic fight when
why-
you were a kid.
Oh,
There's
man.
lightning in the background. You're holding onto the Master Sword. You're humanity's only saving grace is the Master Sword and you, Link.
Yes.
exactly.
Well, good choice. I think you
Yeah.
stole a few of ours, but that's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody was gonna say the Ocarina of Time, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Majora's Mask.
Ah,
Nice.
even
Nice.
better.
Yeah, I really
The-
enjoyed Majora's Mask initially because you've got the experience, the same game as Ocarina of Time, but you get into the game and Link starts doing these fucking flips and shit, like over rocks.
Oh
and you're
yeah.
like, this is awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then the whole time travel thing, just all of the masks, you become different things.
Right.
It was Ocarina of Time to a next level, but I really don't know if either surpasses the other because I can't. I just can't betray either of them.
Both great.
Joe?
Those are both amazing.
I'm gonna say my favorite would be Ogre Battle 64.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Person
Wow.
of a lordly caliber. It's a long
Wow.
title, but
Yes.
that was
It's good.
the reason I loved it so much. Was
You are
because
throwing out a very old game.
I spent so much time in that game because as a kid especially it was so hard. So it's a tactics game, and it was the first tactics game I played before I played Final Fantasy Tactics. So it was like my warm-up game for that. But man, that was a tough game. But it was so good. I loved
Very
all the
good.
customization to it. So many classes you could be. One of the classes was even like lycanthrope. Like you could be a werewolf man. And as you progress through the map, it had like day and night cycles, and he would turn into a werewolf at night and into a man during the day. And I was just like, as a kid, I was like, this is so fucking cool. Like everything about it. And you can evolve your people into different classes.
That was one of like the first role-playing style experiences you could have.
Right. The other one was Quest 64, which was like a way dumbed down version.
Oh,
of
it's so
our-
watered
I
down.
still loved Quest 64 though. It was
It was
bad.
probably
It's so
fine.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be my number one, just because of
Nice.
the complexity to it.
That's a good one.
I could probably jump back in that now and still have a good time.
I think I want to play that now.
Sure,
Yeah.
let's all play it.
Yeah, because
Let's
I
do-
know I've recently played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So now, Ogre
Ogre
Battle
Battle.
64.
Nice.
Man,
Last but not
that
least,
one really threw me for a loop.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what I'm here for.
I appreciate that.
Oh, Turok, yeah. Turok's a good
we'll
one.
get to the
Turok.
Who said? Oh,
we'll get to
Commenters.
comments.
one
in
of
a
our
second.
off-camera individuals, Travis
We'll get to that.
Let me tell you
We'll
something.
get to that. We'll get to that.
Stramer.
Hey, you go, then we'll touch on that.
Yeah. So I got to admit, mine's a bit cartoonish. Mine may seem childish, but my absolute favorite one that I have the most fond memories of going back and playing, because I played it no less than 10 times, was Yoshi's Story.
Hey.
That's a good one.
I loved Yoshi's Story.
That is a good one.
I mean, yeah, you had to keep up with Mario or whatever, but the idea that you had all these different colored Yoshis,
Yeah.
and you faced Baby Bowser at the end, but it was still this amazing, epic fight at the very end.
And just the entire game, like the music and the style of the entire game, you're just in love with it.
And Baby Bowser became like part of the Mario world. You still see him in games currently.
You now still see Baby Bowser and Baby Mario. You still see all the baby versions of all these characters.
All them babies.
Babies.
I equate it very much like it's a children's story that you still look back and think fondly on. In my opinion, I loved playing Yoshi's Story back in the day. That was like key nostalgia.
That's sweet.
Key nostalgia.
I like it.
Well, man, I feel like we just dropped nostalgia bombs on each other for
Now all I want to do is go play 64. Like, get this. Drop.
Good thing is we have a lot of N64s.
All right, well, thanks for listening. We're going to go.
But they're holding a tournament right now.
Yeah, they're doing stuff around us.
No, the tournament looks like it's going really well.
So what do they say? Turok?
They said
Turok.
Someone said Turok.
Dinosaur Hunter.
I got it right here.
Turok Dinosaur Hunter was a good one.
Let's see these comments.
So Chuck Sucks said Mario, GoldenEye, and Turok.
Oh, man.
Chuck Sucks, you say?
Chuck Sucks?
Chuck Sucks.
He even
That's my
said
friend.
podcast
Well, he did
racer.
say Mario.
I wonder what gives it away. So we get a gun for you, buddy.
Gex 64.
Man,
Which
Gex, that is another nostalgia bomb.
Wow.
Gex! Oh,
I always
hell
remember
yeah.
that very pixelated cutscene where he grabs the donut that a roach just ran over and he eats it. I was always like,
Gex, man.
Do you remember in Turok where you could like go into the mode where it was like only black and white? Like it was only the outlines?
Yeah.
yeah.
The reason I remember that is because Turok has that little like little dress thing on that he's wearing. But it looks like it's just his dick flopping around when it's black and white.
It very much looks very phallic.
Guys, so you need to make your way to the restaurant. If you have a red wristband, you'll be playing.
I will say, there's one that I think we're all forgetting. Perhaps the greatest game. Buck Bumble.
By who?
Buck Bumble.
Get the fuck out of here. What is wrong with you? You ruined a perfectly good evening. How dare you? How dare you?
It's the biggity Buck Bumble, man. Come on.
Chuck Sucks. We do love reading your comments. And Hill O Skill
Hello,
said,
Skill. Yeah.
Hill O Skill, right? Okay.
Are you going to say this one out loud?
Yeah, he said, you guys just dropped hot loads on each other. That is completely correct.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Loads all around.
That's what's under the table here.
It's getting real sticky down there.
All right, well, that is
Anyway.
our top three. Please let us know your top three in the comments. If we didn't talk about them,
Yes.
email us, hello@theinnergamer.net.
Don't say Mario 64 again.
Don't you dare say Mario 64.
Yeah, say Super Mario 64 because that's the actual
Do
title.
it right.
Do it right. But, Joe, where can people find Nerd Sloth?
Just come to www.nerdsloth.com. Simple. Everything.
There you go.
What kind of content can they find at
We
Nerd
have
Sloth?
podcasts about pretty much everything. Our main ones right now are Night Marathon, which is about horror movies, and Saturday Morning Cartoon Boom, which is about Saturday morning cartoons.
Man, the Saturday Morning Cartoon Boom one is an absolute riot. If you haven't listened to it, you need to go listen to it because all I can think of is like Saturday morning, like cereal
Once again,
and watching fun cartoons. All right. But that's it for us right now. We're going to take another break. We've got another round of Mario Kart 64 coming up from the tournament. Tune in, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.